Hello everyone, my name is The Young Gamer and I am here playing some Hearthstone today. As for what deck I will be playing, we have a nice assortment here. We're going to be doing this Cancerous deck. Face Hunter, woohoo! For those of you who might be noticing, I do not have Mad Scientists, as they would be displayed here. Honestly, there's a few cards that I don't have. I also don't have a Leroy Jenkins to be put in here, so those are being replaced with Web Spinners and a second Glaive-Zuka. As of now, I am rank 11 with no stars. Before I started using, I used a kind of more mid-ranged hunter. I was at around rank 17, got down to rank 11. Or no, I got to like 12 and a half with this deck, and then it started going down, so I pulled out this. And let's see how it works. Alright, game one, going up against a hunter. This is going to be a slight challenge, but not impossible. Gotta go for some more early game minions, but Animal Companion is always a nice card to keep. Worgen Infiltrator, once again, another nice card to keep. Stripable, turn 1 body. Turn 2 can immediately go in for 4 damage onto him. He does have the coin, so there's a chance that he will coin out some opposition for a Worgen Infiltrator, but not much we can do about that. I could have played the Abusive Sergeant, but you want to get the Steady Shot in as much as possible. So we could go for a turn 3 Steady Shot into Abusive Sergeant, or we could go for an Animal Companion. Since he has nothing played on the field, we're gonna go for an Animal Companion. Leok is what we get. This goes in for another next turn using the Abusive Sergeant, Web Spinner, and Steady Shot. Or if we so desire, we can go for a kind of combination of Animal Companion and Abusive Sergeant. Or we can go for an even better play and get some arrows in here as well. Or knives, not arrows. So already by the end of my turn 4, my board is filled, his is not. He could potentially coin and brawl, but that would be a bit of a extensive use, but it is what happens. Hopefully one of our good minions stays, say a Knife Juggler. Nope. Trusty Worgen Infiltrator stays, we get a King of Beasts. So this next turn we're going to play Glaive-Zuka first, and then Animal Companion, so that we can guarantee to get Glaive-Zuka to ping onto this. We did not want Glaive-Zuka to be pinging onto the source of Misha, since Misha will not be able to hit this turn. As this is a phase hunter, for those of you that do not know, we need as much damage going in as possible, as soon as possible. Alright, he's going to once again use a shield block, probably going to go in for another armor up, going up to 20... I don't know, a high enough number. 23 armor. So coming into this turn, we can King of Beasts, Abusive, hit all face, putting him down to a nice 12 health. And while yes, my hand is getting slightly empty, his really hasn't been played at all, allowing for some nice use of the creatures on our field. Next turn we have an Eaglehorn Bow as well as Steady Shot, which is a lovely 5 damage. And an Arcane Golem. So we are going to Arcane Golem, Eaglehorn Bow, face, and just pretty much face it out. Wait, he's dead. I didn't even realize. We win. And that just goes to show how much potential is within this deck. Granted, this has been a relevant deck for a long time. It also goes to show just how amazing it is, as it can beat the likes of Warrior. So, on to the next game. Alright, against a Shaman, this is potential for good and also potential for some very bad, considering that Shamans have some nice abilities to remove the board and basically get rid of whatever early minions you want to play, as well as get out some nice taunts. So it's going to be a potential loss, but not a guaranteed one. We basically need to get a creature out as soon as possible, so it's fine not getting that bonus 2 damage from the Abusive Sergeant, as long as we have the ability to get some damage in. So now we Knife Juggler, hit face, giving us the ability to Leper Gnome and Steady Shot next turn, as well as get some more damage in from the creatures on our field. Now, in no way am I saying that I am a good player for playing this deck, but it does require at least a little bit of skill to be able to actually rank up with this deck and get to Legend with it. Because if you play this deck wrong, then you're not going to really be doing what you need to do with this deck, which is destroy the face. And again, I'm not saying that this is like, you know, one of the best decks in the game, but it is a really good deck if you know how to play it and you know what you are doing. Because if you notice, just on turn 4, we're getting... How much damage was that? 2, 4, 6, 9. 9 damage was put into face on turn 4, and there's still a large potential of burst in my hand. So we're going to Wolf Rider, go all face. So he's already down to 3 life, and we have so much more damage than that just in our hand. We can get 7 damage in next turn just with 2 cards. And it's guaranteed straight to face. So that Manatide Totem is gonna lose in the game. Well played. And there we go, that's another win. And so far, both of these wins that I've had so far are 2 to 3 minute victories. So there could be a large potential of games played here. I'm going to have a deck list shown over here for those who are wondering exactly what this deck portrays. But, I mean, that's basically just some rundown of how this deck can be good. There are no minions that are over 4 mana. Now, in the actual, you know, full-on list, you have this guy here for that, you know, final push of 6 damage, which goes in great conjunction with Unleash the Hounds here, since, you know, playing him causes for 2/1/1s to go into their side, which is another 2 whelp, or another 2 doggies for you. So you get a large burst of potential for late game as well as early game with all these low cost creatures. Now, when you start getting into the pesky, you know, hand locks that will play their huge taunts, you have cards like, you know, Ironbeak Owl to get rid of the taunt, and Hunter's Mark to be able to easily ping those down. And when you just need that, you know, hit on face while they have too many taunts for you to handle, you have your kill commands here, you have your Knife Jugglers, your Explosive Traps, and your Leper Gnomes. So you have the ability to get past the taunts if that is like your main concern while playing this deck. There's really not a lot that can be done. I know that this isn't the full potential of the deck, but even with 3 cards missing, this just goes to show how good this deck is for climbing ladder. Because I'm a pretty big noob at Hearthstone, but I mean, I'm at rank 11.5, and with this graph that should be on the screen right now, it just shows you how hard it is to get to this high of a rank and for people to get to Legend, which this deck can get you to. So, once again, I've been the Young Gamer. I hope you all have enjoyed this Hearthstone adventure. And I'll see you guys next time.